Some people thrive on watching the world burn, fueled by envy and bitterness. They live for chaos. Haters can't stand to see you happy, so they twist the truth, spread lies, and build walls of doubt to see you crumble. But when they showed up at your door, you didn't just defend yourself. No, you wielded vengeance with precision, turning their chaos into your masterpiece. People will lie, cheat, and steal to rob you of your happiness, thinking they've won, that their games have power. But here's the twist. Karma is always watching. Dressed in red tonight, she's ready to deliver justice, guided by none other than you, the strong, the resilient, the misfit who refuses to conform. Let me ask you something. Have you ever really heard fear? It's not the scream of an enemy. No, true fear is silence. That moment when their mask cracks and the illusion of control shatters. When they realize you're not like the others. Today, my friend, we talk about you. You who walked into their lair of deception armed with nothing but willpower. No army, no backup, just raw, unshakable belief. And when you stood there, defiant and unwavering, their mocking turned to whispers, their whispers to gasps, and their gasps to silence. They called you a fool, a psycho, a nobody. But they didn't know real power. The power isn't in their numbers, their rituals, or their schemes. Power is in the mind and the heart that refuses to bow. When they threw 1,000 knives at you, you didn't flinch. You caught them, sharpened them, and turned them into weapons of your own. Every insult, every betrayal became the tools of your rise. And when you struck back, oh, how they felt it. The hunters became the hunted. They weren't gods or witches, just hollow souls hiding behind smoke and mirrors. Their spells and bravado were just shadows, and you became the light that exposed their cowardice. Fear isn't just a weapon, it's the weapon. It doesn't care about their titles or theatrics. Fear belongs to the one who knows how to wield it, and today that was you. You didn't just defeat them, you transformed them. Their arrogance is now ash, their bravado broken glass beneath your feet. But the irony, those so-called masters of fear, reduced to trembling children. They tried to own the darkness, but didn't realize the darkness already has a master. And today, that master is you. They'll spend the rest of their lives haunted by this moment. Every creak of a door, every shadow in the corner of their eyes will remind them of you. You didn't just defeat them. You became their greatest fear. Let me tell you something about chaos. It's not destruction. It's freedom, and freedom terrifies those who rely on control. They called you a monster, but monsters are made by a world that pushes too far. Monsters are survivors who refuse to break. So here's the question, what now? Do you let them rebuild, rise only to fall again, or do you crush them completely, leaving only a whisper of what once was? This isn't about mercy. Mercy is for the weak. This is about strategy, because the world doesn't reward kindness. It rewards dominance. And tonight, the world is chaos, an endless storm of noise, doubt, and shadows. But don't let that break you. Instead, remember this. You are Hercules, Wonder Woman, the Beast, and the Monster. Chaos isn't your enemy, it's your element. You don't just survive in it, you thrive. You stepped into the lion's den of haters, stared those beasts down, and didn't flinch. They roared, they clawed, thinking they'd devour you. But you didn't just survive, you took their fear, their venom, their arrogance, and cut off the tail of those lions of doubt. You didn't stop there. No, you grilled that tail, turned it into lunch, dinner, and even a sandwich. You devour what tries to destroy you, turning pain into power, doubts into determination, and chaos into fuel. The haters, the enemies, the doubters, they wanted you to crumble. They wanted your foundation to crack, your resolve to shatter. But here's the truth. They'll never understand. You're built different. You are invincible. You don't break, you don't bleed, you don't crumble like the fragile hopes of those who tried to bring you down. You rise, you conquer, you become the storm they never saw coming. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them scheme. Their noise is nothing but static, and their plans are nothing but paper to your fire. You're not just strong, you're unstoppable. And when you rise, oh, how they will tremble. Your rise is not quiet, it's a roar. A force of nature that shakes the very ground they stand on. They'll look up and see what they feared most. Someone they couldn't break. Someone they couldn't control. You are the phoenix, burning brighter with every attempt to extinguish you. The harder they push, the higher you fly. Their hate fuels your fire. Their doubt sharpens your focus. And their attempts to destroy you only make you stronger. Let me tell you a secret about these haters, doubters, and enemies. They're not afraid of your fall. No, they're terrified of your rise. They're scared of what you become when their hate doesn't stop you. It drives them mad because they see in you what they will never have. Resilience, purpose, and a heart that refuses to surrender. They thought they could write your story. A tragedy, a tale of failure. But you took their pen, tore up their script, and wrote your own epic. And now their fear is the sound of your name whispered in corners. Their regret is the weight of underestimating you. You are the nightmare they can't wake up from, the unstoppable force that reminds them they were never strong enough to take you down. So what's next, my friend? Do you rest? Do you bask in the glow of their shattered illusions? Or do you keep moving, climbing, proving that the world belongs to those who dare to take it? Let's be honest. You weren't made for mediocrity. You weren't built to sit still and let the world decide your fate. You are destiny's architect, chaos's chosen one, and the unbreakable force that turns doubt into dust. When the next wave of haters comes, and trust me, they will, you won't flinch. You'll do what you've always done. Rise, roar, and remind them who they're dealing with. You see, haters can't handle the truth, but let's give it to them anyway. You don't lose. You don't quit. You don't bend. You are the storm that keeps coming, the fire that doesn't burn out, the legend they'll tell stories about long after the dust settles. So let them come. Let them plot, scheme, and pray for your downfall. It won't matter because no matter what they bring, no matter what they try, you are invincible. You are chaos' masterpiece. You are the unstoppable force that turns every challenge into a triumph. And that, my friend, is why they fear you. Haters strut around like lions, roaring with fake confidence, pretending to be tigers and bears, ferocious and untouchable. But don't be fooled by the noise. Beneath all that bravado, they're just little sheep in poorly fitted disguises. They don't have claws. They don't have teeth. They're all bark, no bite, fragile and trembling, hoping you won't call their bluff. But when you step on their toes, when you draw your sword of vengeance and swing it with precision, their masks crumble. Their roar turns into a bleat. Their swagger turns into stumbling. Suddenly they're not lions, not tigers, not bears. They're just sheep, helpless, scattered, and exposed. That's the truth they don't want you to know. They were never strong. They never had the courage to face what you've conquered, never had the strength to endure what you've survived. They hid in the shadows, hoping to drag you down from a safe distance. But now, under the weight of your power, they're putty in your hands, weak, begging for mercy. And what will you do? Will you crush them completely, or simply let them exist as a reminder of your dominance? That's your choice, because you hold the power. They are nothing more than background noise in your symphony of victory. Haters can wear the costume of a predator, but they'll always retreat like prey when faced with true strength. Your strength. And oh, by the way, if you liked this content, subscribe to my free newsletter for updates on future videos. If you're interested, drop a joker in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell Batman I said hello. Let them whisper behind closed doors. Let them gather in their little corners, plotting your downfall, thinking they hold the keys to your fate. What they don't understand is that they've already lost. You are untouchable. The game they play is rigged against them. Every move they make only seals their fate. They thought they could break you with their words, their lies, their empty threats. But what did they learn? They learned that your will isn't something they can shatter. They thought they could throw you off balance, make you question yourself. But instead, they've made you stronger. Every attack they launched at you, you turned into a stepping stone. You didn't just dodge their strikes. You absorbed them and became invincible. Now they tremble in the silence they tried to create. They wanted you broken, but what they got was your rise. They wanted to see you fall, but what they saw was your wings spread higher and higher until you were out of their reach. This isn't just about survival anymore. It's about dominance. It's about showing the world that no one, not a single person, has the power to dictate your story. You are the author of your fate, and the pages of your story are filled with triumph, strength, and resilience. They can only watch as you write your destiny in bold, blazing strokes that they could never dream of. So keep going, keep moving forward. Every obstacle is just another opportunity to show them what you're made of. Every challenge is fuel for the fire that burns inside you. They think they can control you, that they can shut you down with their fear tactics and lies. But what they don't realize is that they're the ones shackled to their own limitations, trapped in a web of their own making. And you're free. You are the storm that reshapes the landscape. You are the fire that cannot be put out. You are the force that no one can stop. Their hate doesn't hold you back. It drives you forward. Every doubter, every enemy, every naysayer only pushes you closer to greatness. So let them keep trying. They'll never break you. They'll only build the mountain you'll climb higher. The world is theirs to fear, but you are the embodiment of everything they will never be. Unstoppable, unbreakable, unyielding. And as they sit in their dark corners, whispering your name, hoping for a sign of weakness, all they see is your shadow growing larger. You've become their nightmare, and they're terrified. They see you thriving, rising above every obstacle, turning everything they threw at you into a launch pad for your ascent. And the harder they push, the higher you climb. Every attempt to break you was a lesson to them, a harsh reminder that they've been playing a game they'll never win. They thought their lies could bury you, their sabotage could break your spirit. But all they've done is awaken a force they can never control. They've only fed the beast within you. Now you're unstoppable. Every battle, every wound, every scar only fuels your hunger for victory. And with each victory, they fade further into irrelevance. They couldn't break your mind, they couldn't shatter your heart, and they couldn't strip away your soul. Because unlike them, you don't rely on deception or manipulation. You are pure strength. You rise from every defeat. You evolve with every challenge. You're not just a survivor. You're a conqueror. What they don't get is this. Their attacks don't just make you stronger. They've turned you into a force of nature. You're the storm they can't outrun. You're the fire they can't extinguish. Now they've seen it. They've witnessed your transformation. They were hoping for your collapse, your downfall. But instead, they've witnessed your ascension, and now they know. Now they know that they were just a chapter in your book, a chapter you tore out and left behind as you wrote your next unstoppable, bold move. They've become nothing but shadows, and you, my friend, are the sun. The brighter you shine, the darker their shadows become, and soon they won't even be able to remember the lies they told. They'll only remember you, the one who conquered the storm, who rose above their hate, who became the very thing they feared most. Keep climbing, keep crushing, keep proving that their doubts were nothing more than empty echoes in a world that is yours for the taking. Because in the end, they will never have what you have, the power to rise, the strength to overcome, and the will to never give up. And when you stand at the top of the mountain looking down at those who tried to tear you apart, all you'll hear is the sweet sound of victory, knowing that their noise was just that, noise. Your actions spoke louder than any word they could ever whisper. The world belongs to those who refuse to quit, to those who rise with every fall, to those who break the chains and walk away stronger than before. And that, my friend, is you.